Hi, welcome to our presentation on our DoorDash project. A brief introduction on our prototype is that our project prompts a dietary profile to our users on DoorDash and then have a corresponding suggestion page of restaurants on the home page. There will be two ways to prompt DoorDash users to complete a dietary survey for their dietary profile. And those profiles will benefit them by having a personalized suggestion page that provide restaurants that align with their preferred diet. The first way is on the homepage, that there will be a blue section that provided a button that leads to the dietary profile. The second way is on the profile page, that there will be a dietary profile tab that leads to the dietary profile. Either way, the users can submit the survey, and after submitting the survey, they can check immediately their suggestion page that is based on their personal diet. And now let's move on to our prototype.
So for the user already having a dietary profile, they can always access the suggestion page if you can see a suggestion button on the homepage. So if you accept it, there's a bunch of the restaurant that is suggested by the AI system, and that is simply took from the dietary profile and the preferred experience. It means the meal that they ordered before. And yeah, if you click on the account page, you can see there is a dietary profile on the account button. Yeah. So if you click on that, the user can always add or update the dietary profile. And yeah, that is if we submit it, we can go back to the home page, yeah, by this button, yeah. And then we can just go by the suggestion page, and then you will see something new on the suggestion page. Yeah, I think that is that's it for the suggestion.
And if the users haven't submitted dietary profile yet, they will be on a different flow, that they won't have a suggestion button on a suggestion tab on the top, and there will be a blue section that says no dietary profile found. To make your dietary profile, access the button below. So the user can tab on the dietary profile, which leads to them directly to the profile, and they can complete it and submit it. And they can check suggestions immediately by having a new suggestion tab on the top and see their suggestions. One thing about not having, for the users that have not completely completed the survey, is that they're not forced to turn in it builds a dietary profile if they don't feel like to. This is not a window that you cannot close. This is just one section on the homepage that the users can always ignore if they don't feel like having a dietary profile. When building our prototype, we definitely refers back to the HAX guidelines. When we were building the prototype, we noticed that not all of the guidelines worked for us, but there are definitely some ones that give us a good guidance when we're making the prototype. During the initially section, from the initially section, we do think that it is important to make clear what the system can do. So on the homepage, we do say that on the account page, we do have a dietary profile tab that indicated that like the users will have to complete a survey, and if the users don't have a suggestion page yet, we also make clear that on the homepage with the blue section that if you want a suggestion page, you will have to turn in a dietary survey. From the guidelines in the during intersection, we do think that it is important that the guideline that mitigates social biases is important, because we do recognize that maybe due to different cultural backgrounds, there are people who are not willing to reveal their dietary preferences. So it is not a necessity to submit a dietary profile, to have a dietary profile or submit a dietary survey. If the user are uncomfortable with having such a personalized information to the server, they can always ignore that that part of the homepage. And from the guidelines in the when wrong section, we also think that support efficient dismissal is important, that we can take this into consideration when building the prototype, that we recognize that the suggestion is a choice. So even if the users submitted their dietary profile and have a suggestion page, they can still be, and they are still allowed to be not satisfied with the suggestions on that suggestion page. And they can always not use that page and go to other tabs to find other restaurants they want to go to. And from the guidelines in the overtime section, we both think that the first guideline is the most important, that we need to remember the recent interactions. So, this dietary suggestion thing is not a one-time thing. The users can always update their survey by resubmitting it. In addition to that, we also keeps track with the user's previous choice on our suggestion page. Besides their choices, we also have the thumbs up and down features, which kind of records on besides the dietary preferences of the users, but also their personal experiences and personal preferences on the restaurants. For example, maybe both an Asian restaurant and an Italian restaurant fits that user's dietary preferences, but personally that user prefer an Italian restaurant. So that users could have a thumbs up for the Italian restaurant, a thumbs down for the Asian restaurant, and the server will keep track on that. And these kind of data will be considered in the future when the user access the suggestion page again. So yeah, that is all for our DoorDash prototype. I hope this will be a useful feature added on DoorDash, because personally, when we are using DoorDash, we do think, the suggestions could be more personalized and be more respectful to our preferences, the dietary preferences. That's all. Thank you.